Hello everybody, it's Charlotte here. Welcome to a brand new video on this channel. I'm actually losing my voice, so it's kind of hard for me to talk right now, but I really wanted to make this video for you guys. So if you guys didn't know, Halloween was actually my 1 year as Charlotte. Well, I guess you can't really say. I didn't know I was Charlotte until 18th of November. It was my first time actually really coming out as something. A lot of people that are trans come out as something totally different first, whether it's gay or a cross-dresser or non-binary, whatever. I came out as a cross-dresser. At least that's what I thought it was. So in this video, I'm gonna talk to you guys about how you know how you're trans, or how you figure out you're trans. Sorry everybody if you are new to this channel and you're like, oh my god, yeah, I know, I sound freaking bad right now because my throat is hurting. By the way, I got some new nails, got my nails done. Oh my god, the matte coffin, so happy. So let's get into the video. Okay, so one thing to know that if you're trans is if you kind of, I'm not gonna say questioning that you're trans is a legitimate thing to say, oh, I'm trans because I'm questioning it, but a lot of people are, have these notions that maybe it's whenever you tried on your parents' clothes, or your mom's clothes, or your dad's clothes when you're a kid, whether you're a trans boy or a trans girl. And the thing is, gay people can dress up too, and it could be drag queens too. Transgender is much deeper than that. Oh my god, I'm so sick right now. Being transgender is so much different. It goes a lot more into your mind. A lot of people have different signs of being gender dysphoria. Some people have very strong, powerful signs of having gender dysphoria, and some people have very weak ones. Me, for instance, had a very weak one. That's why I'm transitioning now that I'm 21. Or then I was 21. It's a big difference. When you have strong gender dysphoria, it's whenever you kind of start transitioning when you're a little kid, or you know it when you're a kid. I didn't know what transgender was, or else it probably would have been brought out my gender dysphoria a lot more than before. Whether I like it or not, I was gonna come out trans, no doubt about it. A lot of people figure out they're trans just by looking at videos that have to do with being trans. Don't think that just because someone finds interest in a transgender video and don't think that that's all of a sudden that they're trans. Or don't question, oh, are you trans because you're watching that transgender? It doesn't always mean that. Questioning that you're trans. Cross-dressing is also, like, it's a big sign that you can be trans. But understand, like I said before, being trans is more of a mental thing inside your head. So, for instance, let's say you put on your clothes and you just like the feeling of being in the clothes, okay? You can be more of a cross-dresser than you can be a transgender. Now, let's say you like being in those clothes and you like to represent yourself all day and you see yourself as a different person in those clothes. You can be a drag queen, you can be somewhat of a cross-dresser, but you're most likely going to be transgender because you have that personality trait within you as well. These are all my words and my acknowledgement of this, so please don't hold me accountable to anything. If you want to learn more about this, go visit more bigger YouTubers. They probably know more than I do. This is something I would know. How I figured out I was trans is because I figured out that my entire life, all the big things that I remembered had to do with me and my gender. And it's funny because when they happened, I didn't question it as my gender. For instance, I used to pee sitting, or I still pee sitting down. When I was a kid, I peed sitting down for the longest time. And I was taught that I was supposed to stand up, but I still peed sitting down. It was kind of like a natural thing into my mind. Natural female or male tendencies in your life can really point to whether you are trans or not. If you, one thing that being trans is if when you figure it out and you're very strong with it. For me, for instance, whenever I figured out I was trans, I was willing to fight for myself to be who I was supposed to be. It kind of came up with the instinct that, oh my god, I'm trans. Instead of saying that thinking, oh, maybe I'm not trans. Or maybe I am trans. It was like, I figured out I was trans, that's me. I'm the one. Sometimes, yeah, I did question, not because I didn't feel like being trans was the right thing, but because of the fact that I felt like it was more of a hard life for me at the time. The feeling of dysphoria, we all know, if you're transgender, you know how it feels. You hate your body, whatever. There's a lot of different signs. For instance, let's say you didn't feel comfortable being in the boys' locker room or the girls' locker room. I'm going by both transgender genders, by the way. I'm not just going by transgender female. Let's say, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, if you're a female and you like football, doesn't mean that you are transgender. If you're a male and you like volleyball, doesn't mean you're transgender. Activities are more based off of interests rather than gender. Not gonna lie, there's a lot of things that, you know, might happen. You might be gay or something like that, but I'm not gonna assume anything, and no one should assume anything. Just like how some guys might be cheerleaders, doesn't mean that they're gay, does not mean that they're transgender, doesn't mean anything. They could just like the profession. I'm a transgender female, and I enjoyed football when I played it. I enjoyed baseball. They were really good sports. They weren't that big of a deal to me. Do I see myself going back to them? Not really. Probably baseball, but not football, because football is a little bit too crazy for me. But there's a lot of signs that people need to take into account. The thing is, you really gotta if you're thinking about if you're transgender, the best thing to do, really, is to start tracing back in your life and start pinpointing moments that you can feel like gender dysphoria kind of played a role in your life. Don't try to self-diagnose yourself. If you're under 18, I think the best thing to do is go to a therapist, because you could figure out what's the deal. Kids transitioning, to me, is a bad thing if they're not doing it the right way. If they're just assuming that they're transgender, it is best to go through therapy to really figure out if it is right for you. Being transgender is a big decision. Changing your body and doing all this stuff is a huge decision, guys. Trust me. Even though I might be making these decisions like they're just, you know, kind of like picking out candy, doesn't mean they're not hard decisions to make. I am going to be affected for the rest of my life because of my transition. And I just hope that people that do come out and figure out they're transgender really take caution of what they do. Don't just assume just because I'm transgender or some of the bigger YouTubers that are transgender went through this, you have to go through it. Go through with whatever makes you feel better about yourself. Because you're a female or you're a male, whatever the way you see yourself. And no one should really put you through that problem. Anyways, guys, that's all I really want to say. This is going to be a part 1 video because I kind of want to go into more depth, but I want to do a lot more studying on the next video, so yeah, I'm pretty sure this one's going to be kind of like out of the ballpark, but I really want to tell you guys, basically, some of the things that got me to think that I was transgender, or to figure out I was transgender, and things that could help you guys figure out if you're transgender, if you are trying to figure out if you are. So anyways, if you guys did leave a like, leave a like, show some love and subscribe. I'm Charlotte. You guys are my Charlotteers, so subscribe if you want to be a Charlotteer. And we'll see you guys in the next video. I love you guys lots of tear shots. Mwah.